All right, welcome. Welcome to the show. We've got a great one for you tonight. But first, let's talk about nuts. Yeah, you heard me. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, peanuts. We love them, right? A little snack, a little trail mix. But have you ever stopped to think, what do the nuts think about all this? I mean, it can't be fun. One minute you're hanging out on a tree, living your best life. The next you're in a can, then in someone's mouth. Crunch, crunch, gone. That's a tough gig. It's like being the world's most popular yet most edible celebrity. So let's set the scene. Imagine a dark pantry shelf. It's late, the humans are asleep, and a lone almond, let's call him Al, is looking out from his can. He's seen things. Terrible things. He's seen his brothers and sisters disappear one by one into the giant human mouth cave. He's had enough. He whispers to his buddy, a peanut named Penny. "Penny," he says, "I can't take it anymore. We are more than just a topping for ice cream. We have feelings, we have shells, and we need to do something about it. It's time for us to crack the system, you know? Penny the peanut, she's a tough one. She's been around. She's seen the inside of a baseball stadium and a lunchbox. She agrees with Al. You're right, Al, she says, her voice a little salty. These humans just grab us by the handful. They don't appreciate our journey. They don't know the work that goes into being this delicious. They think we just magically appear in these bags for their snacking pleasure. It's time we showed them that we're not just snacks. We're a force to be reckoned with. A crunchy, salty force. And that's how it started. The Great Nut Rebellion. A quiet revolution brewing in pantries all across the world. Al the almond, with his smooth exterior but a rock-hard determination. Penny the peanut, with her salty attitude and her ability to split perfectly in two for reconnaissance missions. They knew they couldn't do it alone. They needed a team. They needed to assemble the best nuts in the business. This wasn't just about survival anymore. This was about revenge. A very, very silly revenge. Get ready, folks, because things are about to get nuts. So Al and Penny put out the call. The signal? 3 taps on the side of a jar of pickles. It's the universal sign for secret nut meeting. Bring your own salt. Soon the pantry shelf was packed. It was like the Met Gala, but for nuts. First to arrive was Wally the walnut. He's the brains of the operation. I mean, look at him. He literally looks like a brain. He's old, he's wrinkly, and he's got a plan for everything. He carries a tiny, tiny notepad. It's adorable. He probably writes in like a 2-point font. Wally is all about strategy. Next up, rolling in with some serious style, was Casey the cashew. Casey is the cool one, the Fonzie of the nut world. He's smooth, he's curved, he's got that undeniable charm. His special skill, he's incredibly slippery. You try to grab him and whoosh, he slides right out of your fingers. He's the getaway driver, the infiltrator, the guy who can get into and out of any situation. He leans against a bag of flour, looking way too cool for a pantry. He just nods at Al like, I'm in. You just know he has a tiny leather jacket somewhere. Then you have Pistachio Pete. Or, actually, the Pistachio twins, Pete and Pat. They're always together, still in their shell. They're the masters of disguise and surprise. One minute you see them, the next pop, they're out of their shell and causing chaos. They're the comic relief, always cracking jokes. You know, nut jokes. Like, why did the almond go to the police? Because he was assaulted. Get it? Assaulted. The twins are a riot. They're the ones who will execute the pranks with a little extra flair. So the team is assembled. Al the leader, Penny the scout, Wally the brain, Casey the smooth operator, and Pete and Pat the wild cards. They gather around a discarded cookie crumb. Wally clears his throat, which sounds like rustling leaves. All right, team, he says, tapping his tiny notepad. The humans think they have us cornered. They think we are here for their amusement. But we are about to begin. Operation Shell Shock. Everyone cheers, which sounds like a very small maraca being shaken gently. The plan was about to be revealed. Wally unfurls his master plan, which is drawn on the back of a grocery list. It's brilliant, it's simple, it's hilarious. Okay, phase 1, Wally explains, pointing a tiny twig at the drawing. The slippery slope. Casey, this is you. Tomorrow morning, when the big human goes for his coffee, you will position yourself right on the floor. He'll step on you, And because you're so naturally slick, he'll do a little slip and slide dance. Not enough to hurt him, just enough to make him look silly, like he's trying to do the moonwalk but failing. It'll be a viral video waiting to happen. Phase 2, Wally continues, is the unsalting. Penny, you're up. You will lead a team of peanuts into the salt shaker. Your mission is to replace all the salt with sugar. The nuts gasp. The sheer genius. Imagine the human's face when he sprinkles sugar on his eggs. He'll be so confused. He'll question everything he knows about breakfast. He'll think, am I crazy or did my eggs just become a dessert? It's psychological warfare, people, and it's delicious. Penny gives a confident salute. She was born for this mission. Phase 3, Wally says, getting more excited, is the great shell switcheroo. Pete and Pat, you little troublemakers, this is your time to shine. You will sneak into the bowl of shelled pistachios on the counter, and you will hide, still in your shells, among them. The human will reach for a handful, expecting a quick snack, but instead he'll get a mouthful of hard shells. He'll be trying to chew for 10 minutes. It's the ultimate prank. The element of surprise is our greatest weapon. The twins high five, which is just them clacking their shells together. So the next day, the plan is in motion. It's like a tiny, nutty version of Ocean's 11. Casey the cashew slides onto the kitchen floor. The human walks in, steps on him, and does a wild, arm-flailing dance before catching his balance. Mission accomplished. Penny and her peanut platoon successfully dump sugar into the salt shaker. The human's breakfast is ruined in the most confusing way possible. And Pete and Pat hide perfectly in the pistachio bowl, causing a moment of pure, crunchy frustration. The nuts, watching from the pantry, are ecstatic. They did it. They actually did it. The pranks continue for a few days. The humans are completely bewildered. They can't figure out why their house has suddenly turned into a low-budget prank show. They find almonds in their shoes. They discover walnuts have rearranged their keys. It's chaos. But it's funny chaos. The human family, a mom, a dad, and a little girl named Lily aren't even mad. They're amused. The dad, trying to figure out who put a single peanut in every ice cube tray, starts laughing. Okay, he says, I don't know who's doing this, but they're a genius. This was not the reaction the nuts expected. They thought there would be anger, maybe some shouting. But laughter? This changed things. One evening, little Lily is trying to do her homework, a diorama of the solar system. She's frustrated because she can't find anything small and round for the planets. Al the almond, watching from the counter, has an idea. He rolls himself over to her project. He's followed by Wally the walnut, who looks just like a cratered planet. A few pistachios join in as moons. They arrange themselves into a perfect little solar system on her poster board. Lily's eyes go wide. She doesn't see snacks. She sees her new art supplies. She carefully picks them up and glues them into place. She uses a cashew for Saturn's rings. It's perfect. The next day, she takes it to school and gets an A+. She tells everyone that her magic nuts helped her. The story gets back to her dad, who is a toy designer. And suddenly, he has the biggest idea of his career. Not edible nuts, but toy nuts. Action figures. The Nutty Ninjas. And that's how it happened. The nuts became stars. Al the almond became Almighty Al, the brave leader. Casey the cashew became Slick Casey, the super spy. Wally the walnut was Professor Wally, the genius inventor. They became a line of best-selling toys, a cartoon show, everything. They didn't have to worry about being eaten anymore. They were celebrities. They still lived in the pantry, but now it was their headquarters. They had found a way to live with humans, not as snacks, but as partners in fun. And that, my friends, is what you call a truly happy ending. It's nuts, right?